our heart when we meet together, in the past and now moving forward, deepening friendships and pursuing Jesus. As we begin 2025, we wanted to share the vision for the Women of Hope and the plans He has for us, because the plans He has for us are for good. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. A well-known verse from 29:11 Jeremiah. As I thought about this, I was never so aware that they are His plans and not mine. Over Christmas, I was trying to get my trainer on. I don't know about you, but I get a bit lazy sometimes, most of the time, and don't undo my laces. And one of my grandchildren had been wearing my trainers, so they were quite tight. And so I don't want to move away from the mic, but I will. So they're like, you plug into it. I wiggled it so hard that my ankle didn't turn over, but it was almost like a turning over, and I had a lot of pain in it all night. And so in the morning I thought, I'm someone for let's walk it off. So I was like, right, I'm going to walk it off. And so I walked quite fast, and so off I went on my hair. And so I was going quite fast, but it just really hurt. And so I slowed down because I didn't want to give up. I slowed down and I placed my foot forward rather than a bit to the left or a bit to left to the right. And I just felt God just put a thought into my mind, and that was, go at my pace, Wendy, not yours. And just like this image of like a light being on my foot as I move forward. So the verse, obviously, your word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. He was saying, if you walk at my pace, not rushing ahead or dragging behind, and I do have a tendency to rush ahead, like all of my planning, I tend to list it all out and then go, what do you think, God? Do you think that's all right? Rather than, God, what do you want me to do? So, and another thought he planted was, if you do that, you won't stumble. You won't stumble. When you walk, your steps will not be hindered. And when you run, you will not stumble. Proverbs 4:5. So this year, I'm going to keep my eyes fixed on Him as I move forward with the privilege of serving the Women of Hope. To put my trust in Him because He knows and sees all. And this I just feel really important as we walk forward. So back to the vision. In January, Damien preached on the vision for hope. He used Habakkuk 2:2-3. And this one's from the Message. I'm not sure he used that one. And then God answered, write this. Write what you see. Write it out in big block letters so they can be read on the run. This vision message is a witness pointing to what's coming. It aches for the coming. It can hardly wait, and it doesn't lie. If it seems slow in coming, wait. It's on its way. It will come right on time. So God asked Habakkuk to write down his vision so it is preserved. It allows us to go forward and check that the things we're doing under Him. And as Women of Hope, we still come under the vision of Hope Church. The key areas Darren shared were that I felt were especially linked with us women was an expanding family. We want to be a healthy, growing church. We want to be a healthy, growing women's ministry that regularly see people coming to faith in Jesus and getting connected to the family of God. Number 2, a discipleship pathway. We want every woman to grow disciples and help them discover the next steps as they take their journey of faith. And thirdly, thriving life groups. We want to see everyone every woman in the church become a full and active part of a midweek life group. Our purpose is to bring women together, and that is inclusive of ages, nationalities, and cultures, to create an atmosphere in which we can be deepening our friendships and pursuing Jesus. Anne-Marie used the word intercultural earlier in the year. I really liked it. So I looked it up, and it means that we as a group actively aim to foster understanding and positive interactions between people from different cultures by embracing diverse perspectives, values, and practices, and actively learning from each other to create a more inclusive environment. We encourage women to build relationships with each other and follow Jesus deeper as we journey together. We have been doing this by creating a great atmosphere, sometimes with food, other times food for thought. We obviously want to continue that. Then alongside our vision, we wanted a name. We wanted a name that reflected who and how we are in Christ. And as we grow together, finding our next season and thriving as we do that, we decided on it to skip. Are you ready? Yeah. We decided. Stunning, right? Absolutely stunning. It took a lot of hours. And lots of design stuff by Nicole. She did lots of the initial designing. We're really happy with how it's turned out. These verses we felt were really core and significant to our vision. Ephesians 3:16-19 says, I pray that out of his glorious riches he may strengthen you with power through the Spirit in your inner being, so that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith. And I pray that you, being rooted and established in love, may have power, together with all the Lord's holy people, to grasp how wide, how long, how high, and how deep is the love of Christ. And to know this love that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled to the measure of all the fullness of God. So we want to be rooted and established in love, knowing how much we are loved, and in turn be filled to overflowing in that love as we stay rooted, so that we can share that with others around us as we do life here, in our families, in the street, and in the workplace. Jeremiah 17:7-8 says, but blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water, that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to bear fruit. And I also love the way it's said in Psalm 1. Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers. We want to grow and discover the next steps to take on our journey. Grow by trusting him. Being rooted in him, we will be like a tree planted by water and bearing good fruit in season. And as we do that, we increase in the fruits of the Spirit. We increase in love. We increase in joy and peace. We increase in patience and kindness and goodness, in faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. So today, we are rooting ourselves in Him and sharing the exciting vision God has given us for the future of the women's ministry in Hope Church. Mighty women of God, we can continually seek Him in prayer and worship and ensure we are sitting in the light of His word so that our path is His path. We can stay rooted and know that He is our foundation. Even when we're going through challenges and struggles, He won't fail. He won't let us down. He is our peace. And as we dig deeper and closer to each other, we will know His strength and His power and be able to share with those around us we are in community with.